Hello, dear friends, dear fans, dear followers. I bring you greetings. This is the day that the Lord has made, that we will rejoice and be glad in it. For my new friends and my new followers, this is your girl Katie, and I welcome you to my channel this day, and I welcome you to yet another episode of Never Give Up. This is where I motivate, I encourage, and I implant hope so that you can keep holding on regardless of what life throws at you. We all face different phases and different storms and challenges as we journey through this life. So I'm just all about, I'm passionate about jumping on here and just sharing a few tips. And today I'm just going to be sharing a few tips on how you can stop comparing yourself to others and just enjoy the journey of your life while celebrating your uniqueness. Today's topic is stop comparing yourself to others and celebrate your uniqueness. This is something that if you're watching me, we are all guilty of. I'm very sure that if you're watching me, there's been a time in your life where you've looked at another person and felt like, why don't I have their lives? You've looked at another person and envied them. You've looked at another person and compared yourself, especially when maybe you're kind of the same age, maybe you do the same business, and maybe they are making progress, and maybe you're not just yet, and you're thinking, she's my age mate. We went to the same school together. We were in the same class. We're in the same business. But why is she just making progress? And it looks like I'm just so stagnant. I'll be sharing a few tips, guys. So stay tuned. Theodore Roosevelt said that comparison is the thief of joy, and that's very correct. When you live life comparing yourself to other people, it can be very, very frustrating. If you're honest with yourself, I'm sure the few times that you felt guilty of what I'm talking about, how frustrating was that? Very frustrating. I'm guilty as well. There's times when I've looked at another person and gone, why can't my life be like that? But trust me, your life as well is another person's prayer point. But we are humans, and that's the first thing I want to start by sharing. When you have those feelings, it's absolutely fine. It's okay to feel like that every now and then. However, it's not okay when it turns to bitterness and jealousy. So I'll be sharing a few tips that you can apply. That's what I use as well. You can apply and just stay in your lane. I always say we are all peculiar, we are different, we are in different phases and different paths, different destinies in life. We are all peculiar in our own ways. I say that a lot, and that's because when you have this understanding that you are unique in your own way, whether big or small, in any shape or form, you are unique. There's something about you that another person would necessarily not have or not be able to do. Tip number one is focus on your strengths. Tip number one, remember, focus on your strengths. Everybody has strengths. We all have things we are good at. There are things I can do that maybe another person cannot do. So stop chewing yourself about what another person can do that you cannot do. Focus on your strengths. What can you do? Stop beating yourself about your weaknesses, even though it's going to come in another point that I would make, or another tip that I would share. What are your strengths? What can you do? Focus on those strengths. There's a cliche that says that we are all unique and peculiar in our own ways. And cliches are cliches for a reason, isn't it? You're peculiar, you're different. Find that thing that you can do, focus on it, and make it grow. Tip number two, awareness. You have to be aware that what you are seeing out there about people is always an edited version of themselves. Okay, it's always very, very edited, an edited version of themselves. Even you watching me, even me right now, when we want to portray our lives out there, we kind of pick the glimpses that we want people to see and the ones that we want them not to see. So we hide what we don't want the public to see and we show the little that we want them to see. So, how then are you comparing yourself to the little you're seeing when you're not seeing the full picture? Do you know when that person struggled? Do you know when they might have failed, fallen, and then woken up again? Do you know when they went through moments of self doubt, when they went through moments of low self esteem? So don't compare your little struggles to someone else's success, because all you're not seeing their effort, you're seeing the end road. Plus, if you're watching me and maybe you're doing the same business with another person and you're thinking, we are in the same business together, why is theirs different from mine? You might be comparing your 5 months in that business to someone else's 10 years in that business. There is a massive difference. Okay, there's a massive difference. Don't compare your early days to someone who's been walking on that road for so many years, because your time would come as well. So don't compare yourself to others because you only see their end result. You don't see their efforts, you don't see their struggles. Remember, as I said, you yourself, when you're portraying your life out there, you pick the glimpses of what you want them to see, and the ones you don't want them to see, you hide it away. So if we are aware like this, when we see the glimpses that people choose to show us, it will not then deter us and bring us to a point of comparing ourselves to other people, because we might just be in different phases of our lives. Tip number three, right? Yeah, tip number three, guys: accepting your shortcomings. This is also very important. The only person you want to compare yourself against is yourself. So stand in the mirror and look at yourself. What do you need to be working on? What are those shortcomings? Recognizing your shortcomings is is the first thing that would help you grow and make progress in life, because if you don't know where you're lacking, how then can you improve? And everybody's got it. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, like for me, I stand in the mirror and I go, Katie, what do you lack? What do you need? What do you need to improve on? What is that weakness that if you don't work on, it would obviously maybe thwart your destiny? It's very important, guys, to always have this self talk and accept your faults, accept your weaknesses, and work towards it. And it's also important because when you do that, it's a starting point, and as you journey through life, it's one thing that would keep you motivated when the storms of life comes raging as well. Imagine that you started 2020 and maybe you said you wanted to read a course, for example, and then you started, maybe you have a few hurdles, you had a few hurdles, and then you've written like two, three, four exams, and then you've made progress because you made up your mind that, look, for me to make this exam, I have to put in some level of work. I have to stop playing, I have to work. And then now you do that and you look back and see at the end of the year, you look back and see how far you've come. I mean, it's amazing. You'll be so proud of yourself. And again, that's why I said in my previous video that you must learn to celebrate those little wins. So when you identify what you need to be working on and then you make progress, it just helps you track it and see where you are and see where you need to be improving, because it's very important because if you're not making progress and improving on yourself, you're going to be constantly comparing yourself to other people who are obviously looking at themselves in the mirror and making progress. Tip number four is remember to give it time. Stop pressuring yourself. The Frenchman says that laisse le temps faire son temps. It's all about time. Stop pressuring yourself. Sometimes we don't need science or clever pep talks. We just need to realize that some things might just take time, and not put ourselves in unnecessary pressure and end up comparing yourself to people. And sometimes that's all you need. That's all you need, sometimes time. Sometimes you don't even need anyone to talk to you. You just need to tell yourself that, hey, Katie, your time would come. Give it time. Okay? Give it time. The next tip is learn to love your journey. This is one of my favorite tips. Learn to love your journey. That's where the magic lies. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to be on that journey. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to achieve those goals. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stay in your path. Enjoy your journey, because that's also what makes the end result ever so sweet. Enjoy your journey. That's where the magic lies. It's in that journey that you build character. It's in that journey that takes you one step closer to your goals and to your destiny. And my last tip before I go is learn to celebrate with others. If you're around people who are making it in life, learn to celebrate with them while you trust God that your own turn would come. And I pray that if you're struggling and you're watching me right now, I pray you will not give up on yourself. That's what I'm passionate and I'm all about. Don't give up on yourself. Keep holding on. Keep holding tight. It might not make sense right now, as I always say, but if only you will not give up on yourself, if only you will not give up on God, keep trusting Him that He would hold your hand, and in due time He will make all things beautiful. Don't be bitter. Celebrate with those around you who are making it, because it's their season. Your own time would come. Your own season would come. Celebrate them so that when it's your own turn as well, they will join to celebrate with you as well. So please, as you watch this video, do share and do subscribe at the bottom of the video, and do share your comments as well. If you have struggled Like I said in the beginning, we are all guilty. I am. If there's any time in your life where you've looked at another person and wished that you had their lives, please do share some tips as well, what you may have used or what keeps you focused on your path in life that makes you not to compare yourself with others. So please look after yourself. As I said, please do share this video and subscribe and click on the notification button so that when I upload any new videos, you will not miss out on the next episode of Never Give Up. Remember, be your number one fan. You're doing fantastic. Okay, look after yourself. Until my next video, bye bye.